It begins!
My Love Story, aka Ore Monogatari, is a story about first love, written by Kazune Karahawa and illustrated by Aruka. It tells the story of Takeo Goda, a mancy-looking but very kind-hearted first-year high school student who wants to fall in love and have a girlfriend almost as much as he wants to help people. It seems every time he falls for a girl, they in turn him down and immediately confess their feelings to his best friend Makoto Tsunekawa, who in turn turns them down as well. Then one day on a train he meets a pretty and petite young lady named Rinko Yamato, who is being molested by a stranger. Takeo steps in to help. He winds up falling for her, but based on his previous experience, he thinks that Yamato is in love with Makoto. So, is this going to be a love triangle story where by the end of the story the hero ends up with the heroine during the final chapter? No. Makoto just really wants his friend to be happy and he's willing to sacrifice his own happiness for it. So, will this be a harem series or will the two protagonists spend the entire series running after each other and only then in the final chapter confess their love for each other? Nah, they become a couple before the end of the first volume.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
What I really like about this series is there isn't a lot of pussyfooting around. Both the protagonists are immediately attracted to each other and they hook up, unlike some series. Let's take a look at the main cast. Takeo Goda. Well, he's definitely not the type of character you normally see, at least visually, in a shoujo-aimed series. 1, the boy's the main protagonist instead of the girl. 2, he's incredibly large and not conventionally attractive. He looks like a younger, more expressive version of Golgo 13. Usually boys in this series are real thin and extremely bishonen. 3, he's not a jerk. He can be overzealous when it comes to wanting to help people in need, and he's also incredibly empathetic to other people he's dealing with. He's also loyal and will keep his word no matter what. Examples, episodes 8 and 9. Next up, Rinko Yamato. At first I thought she was going to come off as a sort of manic pixie dream girl or along those numbers, but that's not really giving her character enough credit, I feel. Yes, she's cute, shy, and petite, especially compared to Takeo's being huge, boisterous, and not so cute self. But she does suffer from bouts of self-doubt from time to time, and she's also a very hard worker, and she keeps trying at things that she's really not good at. So she is admirable. And then there's Takeo's best friend, Makoto Tsunekawa, the bishonen-looking friend, who first comes off as a cold, emotionless type of person, like he doesn't care about anything, especially Takeo, at least at the start of the story. He disproves this a little later several times in the story. For some, it was when he said that Yamato was a nice girl. For me, it was a couple other instances. Spoilers, or minor spoilers anyway. 1. He revealed to Takeo why he turned down all the girls that turned down Takeo. It was because, well, all the girls spoke bad about him, and why would he want to date a girl that would talk bad about his best friend? 2. Episodes 8 and 9. Takeo wants to get something for Yamato for her birthday, which is on June 16th. Mako is willing to help him out with suggestions, but he's not able to be with him on that day because he has an appointment. When Takeo finds out the truth about the appointment, he rushes over and confronts him, and he's willing to cancel his plans with Yamano to help him out. It's at this confrontation that really puts a focus on their relationship, and you begin to understand that they both value their friendship and they both value it equally. The supporting characters, there's a ton of supporting characters, but I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to talk about one in particular. As the story goes, there's about 8 volumes so far. The cast expands and it has rotating characters. My favorite supporting player, however, is Mako's older sister, Ai. She's 3 years older and in college. She thinks of Takeo in a special way. Watch episode 3 to find out why. At first I thought she was going to be the antagonist of the series. It doesn't go that way. You find out why she cares for Takeo, and you also find out that she really wants the best for him. Okay, now let me take a look at the positives and negatives. Positive, the art. I've never been a fan of too many Shoujo AIM series because basically when it comes to the art always seems too light and flowery and fragile looking to me. I'm able to stand it here because Takeo and his mom, you can't forget his mom, when they're in it, there's more visual diversity added to the story. It doesn't look, every character doesn't look the same. I know that sounds like a blanket statement, but that's just been my experience so far. As far as the writing goes, Kazune Karahawa writes very likable characters and they have different personalities for the most part. And while there's a lesson learned after every story, it's not overbearing and the stories are always fun. Negatives. It's not perfect. While I can see myself watching an episode every week and 1 chapter a month, I can't really ever see myself binge watching or reading this. The story is so light, sweet, and touching and moves at a leisurely pace that you could get frustrated with the relationships that they're not progressing fast enough. Also, what is the end game? Yes, it's about the ups and downs of first love, but will the series end when they graduate, when they break up, get married, or hell, when they actually are going to kiss each other? Maybe I overlooked that last point. I need to reread some chapters, but I don't think they've ever actually kissed yet in the 5 volumes I've read so far. The author should be careful because you don't want to extend the story too long, otherwise readers may think you're only cock-teasing them. Despite whatever issues I have with it, I do recommend this series. If you're looking for something funny, sweet, and nostalgic, then this is for you. It does skew younger, so if you want something older and edgier, then this might not be for you. If, however, you're feeling nostalgic about a younger time in your life, then check this out. Currently, Viz Media is distributing this via paperback and digital, so there really isn't any excuse for you not to read it. I'm also currently watching the series online. I believe it's being streamed by Crunchyroll, and it's good so far, but I'm not going to do a review of that until the series ends in a couple months. And until my next review, goodbye.